You're listening to The Tales We Tell, a podcast about spooky stories, unsolved mysteries, and local lore. I'm your host, Jarek Partsch.
And I'm Hannah.
Welcome back. Heard that many a times. So tonight we have a special episode because your co-host Katie got down with the sickness and ended up catching the COVID. So
She got down with the sickness?
Yeah.
Ew.
It's a Disturbed song.
Oh.
You've never
Oh,
heard
you
that
were
song
just
before?
saying some really rude things about her.
No way. Some people know that.
Okay.
We hope all the best for her. We're thinking about her. She should be back soon. So she's just in quarantine for a little bit.
Yeah, she has a good nurse
Pharmacist
taking care of her.
Yeah. So
the plan was I have a two-parter, and I selfishly wanted to save that for Katie. So we had something prepared, and then the day we were going to record is when she tested positive. So Jarek kindly threw something together, and I get to sit in the Katie seat and drink wine. I'm drinking a red whatever was open. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Japanese whiskey. I don't remember what it's called.
Do you want to open your gift?
I do.
Okay. It's Valentine's Day when we're recording, by the way.
Yes.
It's also, there's a card in there, too. Okay, the card is... Okay. Alright. Okay, well, you're just...
I found it.
Just look through the whole thing first. And the only reason we're doing this is because I just got home and we're eating dinner after this, and then Jarek's probably going to sleep, so.
Thanks, baby.
You're welcome. Okay. Also, today is Kelly's Gotcha Day.
Mm-hmm. 2 years ago.
Yep. We made
Signed
it
the
official.
papers.
And she's been ours ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a stuffed unicorn today. And to be fair, Scooby also got a toy, but it's because that's what you do when you have two children.
Yes. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Do you know one of the most famous legends that comes out of Scotland?
The Loch Ness Monster.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, sorry. Say it again.
No.
No, I have a better one. I have a better answer.
Nope.
No, I have a better answer this time.
I honestly don't know if it's the most famous. I just had it written down. But if you haven't guessed, let me give you some more context clues that should help.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Okay, it's the Loch Ness Monster. But anyways.
Were there no other context clues?
Yes, I said with a depth of 788 feet and a length of 23 miles, which is the greatest freshwater in Great Britain, what lives in it?
Fish.
Ah, son of a bitch, that doesn't come out right. I could cut that part out. Yes, it's the Loch Ness Monster. All right.
I should have gotten you Scottish whiskey.
You didn't know about this.
Oh, you're right. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, because my notes were everywhere. All right, so we're going to talk about the lake first. And the actual lake is called Loch Ness, which is kind of confusing when you think about it.
I always thought they just called lakes lochs in Scotland.
We will get to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Loch Ness Lake covers more than 700 miles, and it takes over rivers like the Owitch and the Enrick. The southern end connects to Loch Owitch by River Owitch in a section of the Caledonian Canal, and the north end connects to Loch Dashfor via the River Ness, which leads to the North Sea via the Moray Firth. My bad. Anyways, it's just a bunch of connections.
It's like a lake. It's connected to other lakes via rivers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of water gets flown into it.
And then
flows into it.
And it ultimately connects to the North Sea.
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of water going through. So the Loch Ness is the second largest Scottish loch by surface area, right after Loch Lomond.
And you said that Loch Ness takes up like 700 feet or 700 miles.
Yes.
Because it's like 20 some, like, it's like, never mind.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Just rewind, everyone, and go listen to the first stats.
Yes. So I've been saying loch a lot. Do you have any idea what that means?
Does it mean lake?
Yes. And it gets very confusing. They say Loch Ness Lake, they say Loch Lake, they say a whole bunch of things that just...
It's like ATM machine.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're just reading it over and over.
PIN number.
And you're not sure which one to write down. All right, so let's put this in perspective on how big the actual Loch Ness is.
Okay, good, because I'm really bad at visualizing size.
The max length is 22.5 miles.
Okay.
The max width is 1.7 miles.
Okay.
And
So-
go ahead.
So 22 odd miles is about from here to where I work.
Yeah,
It's like my morning commute.
yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty far.
That is pretty far.
The surface area is 21.8 square miles. All right, the average depth is 433 feet.
Okay.
The max depth is 744.6 feet. So the max depth is about 2.5 football fields deep.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
There's a lot of space for things to be in there.
Yeah, imagine swimming in that.
Is it freshwater, saltwater?
Yes, it's mostly freshwater.
Okay.
And I read somewhere that it doesn't get above 5 degrees. And I don't remember if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit. But either way, it does not freeze over. And at the same time, it never gets warm. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, because it has to be Celsius.
Yeah.
5. Hold on. 5.
Just look up Loch Ness temperature.
41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so it never gets above
Jeez.
41 degrees.
So that answers my next question, which was going to be like, oh, do people swim in it? Probably not, because it's not like a seasonal.
Probably. I mean, people swim in everything.
Yeah, but it's very cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So upon further research, I actually found out that back in 2016, a local boat captain named Keith Stewart found that the loch could go to a depth of 889 feet.
Yeah.
Yes, and I actually have a picture for that.
Ooh, is it of Keith?
No. I wish I had a picture of Keith. So it's actually not that far away from the actual shore.
That depth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So you could see in this picture here.
Oh gosh.
So it's like
Underwater scares me so much.
So if you see on the left-hand side, that top part's almost like close to shore.
Yeah.
Then you got the gradual down. And
So
then
it's
it
like a
just
trench.
drops. Yeah, it's pretty much a trench.
Okay.
It is a trench. So
Everyone refer to the How the Ocean is Trying to Kill You episode if you need to be extra scared of this.
all right. So now that we know that the Loch Ness is pretty fucking deep, let's talk about what we actually came here for. The Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie.
Yes.
Okay.
So when was the first sighting of Nessie? Do you have any clue?
The first sighting or the first, like, picture?
There's multiple answers to this.
Okay.
There's actually 2 dates.
I feel like the first sighting would be, like really old, like the 1600s or something. But the first picture, I'm going to guess, was 1978.
No.
Am I close?
We will get to it because, like I said, there's multiple answers to this. So they say that the first recorded sighting happened back on May 2nd, 1933.
Damn it. Okay.
So that's not that long ago.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah.
People are still alive from then.
Right.
So I was way off with my
Sort
17th
of.
century.
You'll see.
Okay.
So a local couple is said to have seen an enormous animal rolling and plunging on the surface.
Okay.
And that was enough for the story to become a media phenomenon.
I low-key wish that was still the case now. Like, I wish that you and me could just be like, guys, you'll never believe what we saw.
In the Neuse River.
And then no one can verify it. And they're just like, well, these two people said that they saw, I was going to say dolphins. I think we do get dolphins sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
Though.
We do get a bunch of dolphins.
So maybe sea lions.
There you go.
Sea lions are my new favorite animal.
So the London newspapers sent out correspondence all the way to Scotland offering a £20,000 sterling reward to capture the monster.
What? In the 1930s?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So £20,000 today
is my
is
favorite.
$27,124 in US dollars.
Okay.
Back in 1933, I literally just typed in £20,000 in 1933, and it said that was over $500,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
If someone was like, hey, there's a sea monster in the Neuse River, we'll give you $500,000 if you can catch it.
I'd be contacting people with boats and I'd be saying, let's go. Yeah, I would go out there. I'd spend my time.
How are people in 1933 thinking that they're going to catch a sea monster?
Oh, I have no... the people used to catch whales back in the day.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They used to harpoon whales all the time.
Yeah, but like...
And they used to use little dinghy boats. They would just use multiple dinghies. They would throw javelins at it, and they would suspend the whale until it died.
And then one time, the whale ate the guy, remember?
Yeah, it's called Moby Dick.
No. It's called that story that was in part of the... Was it also in the Oceans one?
I think so. So for decades, amateurs have been searching the lake to find the monster. In the 1960s, multiple British universities launched sonar expeditions all around the lake. Nothing conclusive has ever been found, but some type of large moving underwater objects have been seen.
So is this all based on this one couple who were like, we saw this thing?
No.
Okay. I was about to say, they probably started feeling real bad after a couple years when someone's putting up $500,000.
So, in 1975, with the help of underwater photography combined with sonar, they took a very interesting photo, and after some enhancement, the photo resulted in what looked like a giant flipper of an aquatic animal.
Do you have the picture?
I do. It's a sea photo. So this...
Hey, it's a sea photo.
Oh, you son of a bitch. So this is the enhanced version, which I think is kind of like a zoomed in version as well.
Okay. Oh, okay. And this was in the 70s, right?
1975.
Okay. I mean, yes, it is vaguely shaped like a flipper.
Yes. So, like I said, with the two answers for the dates, so with more research, I found out that the actual monster could have been seen more than 1,500 years ago by an Irish missionary called St. Columba.
Okay.
According to St. Columba, he was on his way to visit the king of the Northern Picts.
You know, as you do.
Yeah, so I didn't know who the Northern Picts were. The Picts were actually a group of people who lived in what now is northern and eastern Scotland during the late antiquity and early Middle Ages.
Sure.
St. Columba stopped at Loch Ness to confront a monster that had been killing people in the lake. I don't know how these stories get around,
okay.
but it happens. So stories say that he saw a large beast about to attack another man. St. Columba intervened, invoking the name of God and commanding the creature to go back with all speed.
So this is kind of like I feel like this is a mix of like a Bible story about like casting out demons.
Sort of.
Because last I checked, regular people couldn't just be like talking to animals unless you're Eliza Thornberry. But then it also reminds me of like Jesus calming the storms. But again, I thought you kind of had to be the son of God to do that stuff.
Well, he was a saint.
Baptists don't believe in saints.
Yeah,
so
but here's the thing. Apparently it worked because the monster retreated and never harmed another man.
yeah, and we've been looking for it ever since.
Yeah, so thank St. Columba.
Columba or Columbo?
No. I have an A multiple times written down.
I really want to call him St. Columbo.
But, yeah, so you can blame St. Columbo.
All right.
Son of a bitch. St. Columba for never seeing the Loch Ness Monster ever again. All right, so in 1930...
Okay, hold on. That makes it kind of sad now that we're, like, trying to force Nessie to show herself. And she's like, guys, God told me I couldn't.
No, St. Columba.
Leave me alone.
St. Columba said no, go back with all speed. Not to which where you came. It literally just said in quotations, go back with all speed.
Okay.
So in 1934, a famous photograph seemed to show a dinosaur-like creature.
1934?
Yeah.
Wow, I was really off.
Yeah.
I definitely said 76.
I mean, everybody's seen this picture, so let me go ahead and pull this
I
up.
want to see it again. Yay! So it's either Nessie or it's someone doing one of these.
Oh, I never saw it like that before.
It's just someone under the water with their...
With their arm out? All
It
right.
does kind of look like an arm.
Yeah. So, I didn't know this, and I don't know if I've read this somewhere, but a lot of Loch Ness is murky, like a good couple feet before actual clear water into the depths.
Yeah, I hate that.
So it's not like you could look down and you could see. Apparently, a lot of it's all murky.
Gross.
All right. Some say it's a lone survivor of a long extinct plesiosaurus, and I have a picture of that as well.
Oh, great. Because I want to see that too.
All right. So it does make sense of what it looks like.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like the little shrimp too that are floating
That's
in the
not
background.
shrimp.
Yeah, they're giant. They're jumbo
they're
shrimp.
crustaceans.
What do you think a shrimp is? Is crustacean?
Don't
They're
hold me
jumbo
to it.
shrimp.
I know.
Get it?
Nah.
Jumbo.
All right.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have some ideas now.
Okay.
It's the plesiosaurus.
Plesiosaurus.
Plesiosaurus. Okay. So first of all, there's got to be more than one, right? You can't have a lone survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yes, I do think there's still dinosaurs, and I think most of them are in the ocean.
That could be fact. Like, many people believe that Megalodon's still around.
Well, yeah, and also...
I would consider that like a dinosaur, given its age.
There are also literal like alligators, alligator snapping turtles, which came into my research this last week. Literally, I was going to say little, but like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Alligators, sharks probably, I don't know. Emus, I think, are dinosaurs.
Well, what was it? In the last 20 years or so, they said that dinosaurs are covered in feathers.
Yeah, like an emu.
Yeah.
So.
I could see that.
And like, water is scary as shit, so.
Hmm.
Anything could be under there. Okay, so I like this theory. Nessie is a plesiosaurus.
Right. So the aquatic plesiosaurus were thought to have died 65 million years ago with the rest of the dinosaurs.
Huh?
Yeah, so...
Except for turtles and alligators.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't believe the Earth is that old.
Oh, controversy. How old do you think the Earth is?
I don't want to get into it. I literally says, but not going to get into that down at the bottom of my notes. Because
this is something new I'm learning about you.
Yeah, no, I don't... No, I don't want to get into that. It's too messy of details to be able to go over. But, yes.
Okay. We'll talk about it over dinner.
Okay.
For the record, I do believe the Earth is that old.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine things further than, like, a couple hundred years.
Right.
So.
All right. Some people thought that the Loch Ness was frozen solid during the recent ice ages, but this creature would have had to have made it all the way up the River Ness from the sea. But here's the thing. The plesiosaurus was actually believed to be cold-blooded.
Okay.
So it would not have survived in the frigid waters of Loch Ness.
I thought cold... What does cold-blooded mean then? I thought cold-blooded meant could survive in the... Well, maybe it adapted. Maybe it evolved. This episode of The Tales We Tell is brought to you by the Crafty Criminologist. Do you love cute and creepy stationery and stickers? What about ghoulish earrings and adorable ghosts? Then check out The Crafty Criminologist on Etsy and Instagram. She makes stickers, jewelry, study guides, and more. Just go to etsy.com and search @craftycriminologist and be sure to use code TheTalesWeTell at checkout for 15% off your order. That's TheTalesWeTell for 15% off. So before we start, I have a quick shout out. Do you remember our listener, Amanda?
Yes, we love Amanda.
We love Amanda. But did you know that the person who recommended our podcast to Amanda is her husband, Kyle?
Hi, Kyle.
Who is our first listener. Not our first listener. He was a listener first.
Yes.
And I promised her a more enthusiastic shout out than what you just did. She also said that he's a gamer and that he says he can beat you in whatever game.
That's all I have to say.
I want to publicly ask Kyle if he plays, what's it called? Apex Legends.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. And if so...
Don't you do it.
Hit us up.
All right.
And then I can hear Jarek playing it from the other room. And just make sure you use your ultimate. And don't ping. Don't ping. For the love of God, don't ping. Jarek hates it when people keep pinging.
Anyways, we can't play against each other in Apex Legends.
Why not?
Because there's not a system to be able to get set up like that.
Can you play with... Oh,
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
It's all randomized. You could be on each other's team.
All right, well...
There's ways. Don't worry. Tell Kyle to hit me up.
Okay, Kyle, hit us up if you play Apex Legends. Or if there's another game... I don't know how games work, so...
All right.
Okay. All right. Anyways, hi, Kyle. Thank you for listening. Thank you for introducing Amanda to us and us to Amanda. And we love you both equally. We don't have a favorite.
Hannah, would you like to tell us our socials?
Yes! You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Tales We Tell Podcast. Gosh, I'm not as good at this as Katie is. We are also on...
Instagram?
I said that. Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
At The Tales We Tell. You can email us at thetaleswetellpodcast@gmail.com. If you don't do social media and you still want to see all of the pictures, you can go to our website, thetaleswetellpodcast.com. If you want to get some sweet, sweet merch, you can get on Redbubble and search The Tales We Tell Podcast. We have a couple different designs up there. If you want to show us some monetary support, you can go on Patreon and search The Tales We Tell Podcast, and it costs just $5 a month to be a patron. You get bonus content, you get episodes a day early, you get a little welcome packet with a bunch of stickers and a postcard and all of our undying love. I know I just mentioned all this. You can still support us just by going to our social medias and liking and commenting, all that stuff.
Yes.
Also, Spotify now lets you rate podcasts. We would love it if you left us 5 stars. Also, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, we would also love it if you left us a 5-star review just to get us up in the charts and get our podcast in front of more people.
Cold-blooded says they cannot sustain in extreme temperature conditions. And I would say that 41 degrees is pretty extreme.
They can't what? Sorry, say that again.
They cannot sustain in extreme temperature conditions, and then warm-blooded is they are able to maintain a constant body temperature. So cold-blooded means they can't fluctuate their body temperatures to meet the...
Oh.
I believe.
I truly did not know that.
Don't hold me to that.
Well, that makes sense. Like if you have like a reptile, you have to get like a heat lamp or something for it, right?
Right.
Huh.
All right.
The more you know.
All right. So with the lake as deep and massive as it is, what are your thoughts on the monster that lurks in the Loch Ness?
I
personally believe...
I think anything could be in there. What is it, like 80% of the ocean we haven't explored? And
I think that's a myth.
What?
There's no way we can,
We can't get to most of it!
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, I did find out something interesting.
Okay.
There is no such thing as high tide and low tide.
What is it then?
All right. So the Earth, right?
Okay.
You have it on its axis.
Uh-huh.
And then on the outsides of it, you got the water that's like kind of like overspilling, right? Let's say. So when the Earth rotates, it's literally these two axes of water on the outside stay there, and the Earth just rotates into it.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
I thought you were gonna say something about flat Earth.
No.
So with the dome that's over the Earth that is flat.
No, nothing like that. But do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, the water mass stays there with the Earth rotating. I literally just saw it, like, today with, what's his name, that famous...
Bill Nye.
No, Neil
deGrasse Tyson?
Yes.
Nice.
And he had this whole theory about it, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting.
You know who we could use right now?
Who's that?
Katie, the water scientist.
Yeah. Should we call her?
No, don't call her.
Yeah, just real quick.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, she's not picking up. All right, we'll ask her later. All right, so my thoughts on the deal is without like actual real evidence, it's really hard to say they exist, but I believe in a lot of things in general. So I believe it still does.
I was going to say, you believe in Bigfoot.
Yep.
Do you believe in aliens? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe that. There gotta be. There has to be.
Well, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like the universe is so big, there's gotta be aliens or there has to be other life. Yeah. I feel that way about bodies of water.
Yeah.
I feel like they're so huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that we have explored. Honestly, I think if we could colonate them, we would. But the fact that we can't live underwater means we haven't explored. So I truly think there could be anything down there.
Man, that's a whole nother episode too, because I heard an interesting theory about how we haven't explored more than 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But somehow we were able to land on the moon. That's so far away, and we were able to develop technology that was able to withstand gravitational pull and being able to be on the moon, yet we can't be more than X amount of feet below water and not.
I read a thing that was like,
not withstand the pressure.
It's like we should pay attention to the fact that scientists are spending more time and money trying to get as far away from Earth as possible than we are exploring our oceans, because they know that there are terrifying things down there.
There probably are. I'm not going to disagree.
There absolutely are.
Yeah.
How big is the Plesiosaurus? Do you know?
So the Plesiosaurus was around 4 meters in length.
That's like 11 feet.
No.
What? That's what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The longest Plesiosaurus, or plesiosaur, Plesiosaurus, the longest known plesiosaur was Alismosaurus. Alismosaurus?
Okay.
At 14 meters, which is about 46 feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Okay, because I was thinking 11 feet isn't that big considering... I mean, I guess it is, but it's not like monster size. So here's my question. Is if Nessie is a plesiosaurus or some evolved version, what's the harm? Like, she's got
pretty big teeth, let's just say. So
how big is her? Okay, according to this picture, what's she gonna do? Chomp your leg a little bit?
According to this picture, there's bigger ones.
Is that the one you're looking at?
No, I'm looking at this one.
I also want to know what the long neck... this one's they're just getting ridiculous with that one.
Yeah.
That one's neck is like 3 times the length of its body.
So we're just going to post one picture of Plesiosaurus. If you want to see the relative size and really dig deep into what these animals' size could be, there are whole charts for it.
I just want to say, I don't think Nessie's bothering anyone.
No.
Leave her alone. Also, everyone please remember that this was all based on St. Columbo and
St. Columbo.
And some random couple that said they saw something
rolling
in the water.
In the deep.
What if they just saw like do they have snakes in Scotland?
They have eels. So there is one theory is that it's a giant eel.
How big are giant eels?
So according to this picture, this is what Loch Ness looks like. Is a guy in a boat catching a giant eel in Loch Ness. You can tell it's Loch Ness because there's a castle next to the river.
Oh yeah.
So thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed my episode of Loch Ness. If there's any other questions you have about Nessie, I would gladly answer them for you and do more research if you guys hit me up.
Or if you have seen her or you know things that we didn't cover, please send us a message.
Shit. If you actually live in Scotland, if you have been to Loch Ness, please let us know.
Yes. And as always, thank you for listening. We'll be back hopefully next week with a healthy Katie. And yeah, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.